What's up, fragrance connoisseurs? Charm City, and I know it's been a long time. As you can see, I've been busy putting together, I did a move, I put together a fragrance room, and now I'm back. But I'm back to give you my first impressions of a new fragrance that has come out, and that is right here. It is Eragon from Parfums de Marly. So what I wanted to do is give you some basic overviews from not only Eragon, but also the three new releases from Parfums de Marly's, the Extraits line. I had an opportunity, I was invited to a masterclass with Yvonne Jacqueline, and he went over some of the facets of the Parfums de Marly line, but I also was given a sneak peek review behind the scenes of the new line from the Extraits. So I did get one of them. I did not get all of them. I have the 3 samples, and I also have 1 full bottle that I'm going through. And I'm here to tell you, is it worth it? Is it not worth it? What they smell like, give you my full review on the scent profile. Of course, I'll give you the full review on one of the bottles. The other 2, I'll give you what I experienced in the samples while I was there. I did get a chance to experience them on skin. So if you want to know what the new Parfums de Marly's are like, and if it's really worth $550, then stay tuned for station identification as we get into the new Extraits line. Come on. All right, welcome back, fragrance connoisseurs. We're going to get into it. The Extraits line is part of Parfums de Marly's new luxury, exceptional luxury, not just luxury, exceptional luxury collection from Parfums de Marly. Now, Extraits, it is a straight to parfum concentration, and the creative director is Julian Sprecher. And we're going into it and see what kind of fragrances he created. So there are some differences that I want to note right off the bat. When you look at the bottle is high quality glass, which is really nice, I would say, but there are notable differences from the normal, let's say, the porcelain type of glass. So this is high quality glass instead of the porcelain type bottles, but this one is a victim of shrinkflation. So this is 100 mils as opposed to 125 mils. Now, if you look at them, they're basically about the same height, but what they did is they made it a thinner and smaller bottle in width so that it would hold less juice. You deal with it. What is the shrinkflation aspect of it? Hey, I know that it's the Extraits line, so it's going to be more expensive, but at the same time that they made it more expensive, they also cut down on how much you get. Now, I want to talk about the line. The line, as I said, we're Extraits. They're supposed to use high quality raw materials, which is nice, and they give you kind of a step up in presentation. As you see, I'll show one of my old presentations of the exclusive line. So here you have the exclusive box and how it comes in and holds the fragrance right there. This one is a lot different. This one comes with a sleeve. As you can see, the sleeve comes out, and then it's a coffret style box that holds the fragrance in there. And as it was new, I have it, and then they have some information inside. Holds it right here in a outsert, and nice box. A little step up for what you're seeing as far as how the box comes. The actual bottle, like we said, is glass. I was kind of hoping it would be crystal, but it's high quality, it's heavy glass, and they actually give you some preview of how the glass was made. So that's a really nice touch to it. I actually like it, some people don't. I think that it's in the definite Parfums de Marly shape, so it looks like it's uniform. It fit well right there on the shelf behind me, and so that is a good point about it as well. Other than that, we can get into the juice. All right, fragrance connoisseurs, let's talk about the first one, and I'll give you kind of a background. I was at the masterclass and why I picked Eragon. So there's 3 fragrances. There's Eragon, there's Valero, and then the final one is Carios. So those 3 fragrances, and what you'll get into is why did I pick Eragon as the first one. I picked Eragon because Eragon is something that to me was slightly different, in line with a nice vanilla, and this is the one that I thought was the most interesting at the time. Then you also have Valero and you have Carios, and I'll get into why I did not choose those. But the first thing that we will do is we'll start talking about Eragon. This is the full bottle that I purchased, and it really is a smooth blended vanilla forward fragrance. Now, it is very nice, and I wore it and I put it on my hand, but also this was my scent of the day. And what I can say about Eragon is it is not Altair. So we'll go and try to pull Altair. Altair, in a difference, they're both vanilla forward. Altair has the bourbon vanilla. It is a lot more spicy and semi-gourmand when it goes into the dry down. Eragon stays really close to the vanilla roots, and it is a very vanilla forward fragrance that emphasizes the vanilla and doesn't have kind of that type of dessert-like finish when it starts to dry down. This one is very, very smooth, and I really like this one a lot. I liked how it was drying down on my skin, and it was something that wasn't what I smelled in other kind of vanilla forward fragrances that you'll see with Parfums de Marly. So this was unique as far as the Parfums de Marly line. Of course, you're gonna say maybe it smells like something else that you know. However, to me, this was unique enough, and it was a very refined class. So if I really talk about all 3 of them, they are refined, they are a step above, and most of them, this is the least mass appealing one. I would still say this is very pleasant, that most people will gravitate to this, but the other 2 are very much more in line when you think of Parfums de Marly, mass appealing. Some people like to say it's high luxury designer, but it is, Parfums de Marly does specialize on that mass appealing. So this one, in the opening, you're gonna get a nice vanilla. It has some bergamot to make it kind of fresh, but the opening is not as fresh as, say, Altair with the orange blossom that comes in the beginning. It has some cardamom and mandarin in the opening. It's got a nice spice, but it's really well blended. The cinnamon doesn't jump out at you, and the spice does not jump out at you as much. Even though Altair doesn't say it has cardamom on the main listed notes, when you look at Fragrantica, it talks about cardamom. It's a lot more spice heavy, a lot more spice forward. This one is not. The base has vanilla bean and patchouli, so it has more of an earthiness than what I would say that Altair has, and the patchouli kind of grounds it. The vanilla bean gives it a very nice texture and resinous type way. It is not as syrupy sweet as vanillin. So this one is one of my favorite out of the three that have come out in the line. And this is the one that, like I said, I bought a full bottle of. All right, the next one is Valero, and Valero is basically what I would call a blue fragrance. It is a very refined, very luxurious, ambery blue fragrance. It's like a woody ambery type fragrance. I did have it on skin before. I have worn it as a scent of the day, but I did put it on this test strip just to kind of refresh my memory. I've written some notes when I've worn it, how it dried down. But in general, this is a very refined fragrance. I would like to get more time to spend with it, and I'll give you more of a general. It's well blended, and it is basically what I would say is a typical blue fragrance with a good dose of ambroxan musk in the dry down, and it is something that I liked. I enjoyed it very much. And I don't know if it's just in the back of my mind, but sometimes more of the fresh, everyday wear fragrances are fragrances that I don't normally correlate with such a high price tag. Now, does that mean I won't get it in the future? I'm not exactly sure. But what I can say is that it is very much high refined. It is a nice blue fragrance, but it's not breaking any boundaries. It's not going anywhere that, say, other blue fragrances have not gone. As you'll probably see if you look on Fragrantica, it's gonna tell you that it's close to Dylan Blue. I don't put it in as close to Dylan Blue as maybe somebody say it's not a clone of Dylan Blue. They're gonna say it's close to Luna Prada Rosa Ocean. I don't necessarily, again, it's not a exact clone for that, but it's in that type of family. And given that it has such a high price tag, I did not get that as a full bottle yet. You can get a sample and decide whether that's a full bottle worthy for you, but at this time, I did not think that out of the three, if I was just gonna purchase one, that would be the full bottle. The last one is very interesting, and that is Carios. So Carios is the one right here. It's got kind of like the orangish, reddish tint to it. And what I can say is when I first sprayed Carios, I really enjoyed it. It has a very nice scent profile. And I thought that was the one, probably that is the one that I liked the most. However, there was one slight problem to me, and instantly I recognized that it was definitely in the same family as Oud for Greatness. When I say in the same family, it's in the same neighborhood, it's on the same street. They don't have Oud as a listed note, and you'll see I'll give you the note breakdown of it is basically bergamot, pink pepper, and red mandarin, and saffron in the opening. There's geranium, red thyme, black pepper in the mid, cedarwood, ambroxan, vetiver, and roasted tonka bean in the base. Now, what I can say, and I have both of them together, this is Oud for Greatness. This is Carios. They are not necessarily one for one, but when I say they are next door neighbors, they are next door neighbors. And they're utilizing, it's a great scent profile, but to me, having Oud for Greatness, I can't see buying Carios. Now, maybe later my mind will change, but Carios is a lot more refined, it's a lot less edgy, and it's not as loud as Oud for Greatness. It is not quite on the level of Haultain. Haultain has some sweetness from praline that kind of takes it in a darker, deeper direction than Oud for Greatness. But this one is still in the same kind of lane as Oud for Greatness. However, it's toned down a little bit and it's more refined. And that's how it goes. And I can tell you that most people who would smell it in the air, that no oud for greatness would think you're wearing oud for greatness. And again, that's how I came to the conclusion that the one I wanted to buy was Eragon. So having these three together, I just wanted to get into them. I will go through Eragon and do a full review of that one and give you the opening and how it comes in the mid and the dry down. But I wanted to get this up and to give you kind of an idea. I would suggest get your nose on it, on all three, because they are going to be selling in stores really soon. I think November 1st is when they're selling stores. This one should come out a few days before November 1st. So you can go to Neiman Marcus, Nordstrom's, and get your nose on it yourself and decide whether it is worth that $550 asking price. It's gotten, all three of them basically have gotten a lot of shade and hate on Fragrantica. I think a lot of it is the price point. For the price point, a lot of people are necessarily saying that they don't think it's worth it. I can tell you Eragon to me is the more interesting one, the less mass appealing if you want to give it that kind of spin, and that was the one that I have a full bottle of. Hope you enjoyed my first impressions. Again, as you can see behind me, a lot has gone on. I'm going to be starting back up very soon with doing more videos, even going to try to work in some lives. But as you can see, I've set up my fragrance room. I'm going to do a video talking about the fragrance room, what I did, and so to give you kind of a behind the scenes look at what I have going on. It's going to be a lot of stories. I'm going to go through some of that, give you some things just in the background about the move and everything. But hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoy getting your nose on the new Parfums de Marly Extraits line, and hope you stay tuned. So if you made it this far and you're not a subscriber, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, more to come. Take care. God bless.
All right, here we go. Do 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 do.